Breaking news, Trump said today, quote, "I'll be signing an executive order to begin the process of fundamentally reforming and overhauling FEMA and maybe getting rid of FEMA." And my take, as an insurance agent that sells flood insurance and FEMA manages flood insurance, I'm actually not as freaked out about this than most people are. Now, before you get any political ideas about me that I'm some sort of Trump loyalist or MAGA or whatever, I've never voted for the man once. And here's the reason why I'm not super freaked out like a lot of other people are. So some background information. Over here in the Pacific Northwest, there's a lot of rivers, and flooding does happen. That's why our office sells flood insurance, and around 80 to 90% of flood insurance is ran through FEMA. We know as insurance agents that FEMA has a problem when it comes to managing claims. Now, for some context of what that means, most people feel like their auto claim, their homeowner's claim, a claim with their business, that it takes too long and it's a really painful, long, arduous process. And a lot of times we're just coaching our clients on how to work through that, how to make that a little bit better. But if an insurance company doesn't meet our expectations of how they handle claims, we change things. And that's the problem with FEMA. And so we even brought in a whole different entity that basically we have us, the agent, we have the group that we sell the FEMA product through, and then there's FEMA. They basically quarterback and manage the flood claims because FEMA has such a bad reputation for how they deal with our clients that we needed someone else to keep them accountable just to the things that they're supposed to do. So overhauling FEMA, making it run more efficiently and better is a good thing. But also, if Trump just gets a little bit too hardcore and just decides to completely destroy FEMA, that is also a bad thing. But one of the phrases that he used is reimagining FEMA, and I think that's a good thing. And also talking about having the states handle more of the disaster process. There's two things about that I really like. One, that there's not this delay between the federal government and the state government. If you've ever dealt with government entities, you know they are slow, so having more of them involved is going to slow them down. Faster response times means people get help sooner. And the second point that I sincerely hope is going to happen in this reimagining of FEMA is that then the states are more held accountable because they're the ones holding the disaster relief funds instead of the federal government, that they are then held accountable for the fact if they don't manage and do preparatory work and risk management. I've said it before and I'll say it again, how California does not handle wildfire risks, how they don't update building codes, how they keep letting buildings get built or rebuilt in wildfire areas is a huge part of the reason why so many of these wildfires happen and wipe out so much. The phrase, "an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure," if more risk management and preventative measures get taken to, help prevent floods, help prevent wildfires, and make buildings and infrastructure that can withstand those kinds of environments, because some things you're never going to change, then you are better set up to not have as bad of disasters, not have as much loss of life and, loss of property. So yes, as an insurance agent, I am all in on reimagining FEMA. No, it needs to not go away. I believe that those resources need to be specialized to different states that deal with different disasters. So that way the state can react quicker. They have more resources at the state level that they can deploy faster and use for risk management and preventative measures. I like that if that's what's going to happen. Now, if Trump just deletes FEMA just because and doesn't do anything to, replace it and doesn't move the resources, just takes them away completely from all disaster relief, then yeah, this will age like milk. Because we absolutely need to have disaster relief. I just think it makes more sense for it to be more specialized to the state. Because in Washington state, on the east side of the mountains, we have a lot more wildfire risks in the Chelan area. Areas over there, they should be much more designed and prepared and budgeted for that kind of risk, whereas on the west side of the mountains, we deal with more floods a little bit more often and have the potential to deal with earthquakes, so therefore the disaster relief should be more bolstered and specialized for that. And if that's what happens, it'll be great. If all disaster relief just gets destroyed, well, then that's really going to be terrible.